Hey, welcome to Truck Tech. I'm Thomas Wasson. We're at the Michelin Proving Grounds here over in South Carolina. Super excited. We're going to be driving some trucks. Got the all-new Volvo VNLs they just recently released coming in the past year. I'm going to get to drive some. We're going to talk about some of the tech and safety features in them, and super excited, so stay tuned. Chris, walk me through this. This is one of your customers.
Yeah, so this is a customer of ours that's been working with us for several years, Joe Morrow. He works for Alpha Drivers Trucking. He's got a nice, beautiful purple truck here. We call it Purple Haze 2. He's working with us on a lot of the technology that we bring to the market, so he's actually been a part of helping us testing the truck. Like Tosh said last night, that we use a lot of our customers for input and help us decide on what we need to do with the truck. He's really key on fuel economy. He looks at basically improving his fuel economy the best he can. He's hit numbers of 12 plus in miles per gallon. 12
plus miles per gallon.
Yeah. So what we've done is we've set him up with a premium truck in terms of our VNL 860. He's got the 6x2 configuration, as you can see back here, with the liftable axle right here, on this tractor right here. So that lifts up when he's lightly loaded. He's not fully loaded, the axle will come up and run into a 4x2 configuration, which gives better fuel economy. That perspective. It's basically taking less resistance, taking that resistance off the road from having two drive axles and lifting it up and creating this one axle.
Yeah, look at this. This is actually, it has a liftable.
Yes.
And then that makes a little better for fuel economy.
Yes, so basically you save about up to 3% improvements in fuel economy by taking that axle off the road and having that, you take away that resistance between the tires. Right? Yeah. And then you also don't have that drivetrain, because you'll have two different gear sets in that drivetrain. So you're not having to fight that two different gear sets.
And tell me about these. I love these. So you got to show me these yesterday. Yeah. These are, they fold.
Yeah, so this is a cab side extension. So when we had the VNL that's out on the road today, before we launched this one, basically your cab side extensions would almost just extend to right here to the end of this the purple part here. Yeah. So we've added another 12 inches onto the extension, and that helps close that gap between the tractor and the trailer. So now you got that aerodynamic flow just kind of coming from off the trailer. So that's what we always say, you can get aerodynamics on the truck, but also get aerodynamics on your trailer and be able to close that gap. So you can see he's got skirts on here.
So that's why we see with these guys as well. This is pushing that airflow through to that skirt.
Yeah, and he's brought a new concept. So what you saw on the trucks that are going around now, they had the flow below in the middle and then the rear. But actually Flowbo has actually introduced this as well, which is another way to keep that connection from the tractor to the trailer.
This is what I think is super cool, is you guys are implementing, additionally, trying to cut the air across, and then you kind of have these little grooves here.
Yeah, so our design team, this truck was designed about getting better fuel economy. We knew we needed to get more competitive. We wanted to improve the fuel economy. We know we could do it in the powertrain, but we also knew that an important factor is aerodynamics. Yeah. So we basically designed the truck with a wedge-shaped design. There's a nice picture inside, I'd say, that shows the overhead of how wedge-shaped this truck is. So you got the wedge shape here in the front, and you can see it's like a narrow nose. It's almost like an airplane kind of nose, right? And then basically has this narrow nose here that takes that air, cuts it right here, and basically starts carrying it onto the back of the tractor. You can even see it on the slope of the windshield. So what we always say is that hood roof is almost like a ski slope. Yeah. So it's a 52 degree windshield. So basically it's raked back there. And then you can also see how the windshield's been designed to go around the A-pillars.
Talk about the design here. You mentioned yesterday, since 2017, this guy's been designing. Talk about some of the story behind it and then up to the release. Give us some backstory.
Well, basically, I think what we looked at is every ways that we can do to help improve aerodynamics. And so we gave, I guess, from the ground up, white sheet of paper, took about the opportunity to see how we could take what we had today and improve upon it. So we took the legacy, made some improvements, integrated the headlamps into the truck. That way it creates the aerodynamic flow to consistently. There's no disturbance from the headlamps. There's no disturbances until you get to what's important, which is the mirrors here. Yeah. But everything just pretty much, if you could take the mirrors off and use CMS, it'd be so much of an improvement as well. But you got that aerodynamic, and everything's been purposely designed to basically have that shape, that contour, to continue the air. The tight tolerances between the chassis frame and the door and the body itself is very tight, and basically trying to prevent as much disturbances as you can. Even the steps are kind of like got a flow where it wedges out, basically out from the front to the rear, and it's ingress and ingress steps. So basically we still want to make sure that our drivers can get in and out safely, but also give that aerodynamic flow from that perspective.
Beautiful. Hey, it's Chris. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
letting me pick your brain.
No problem, anytime.
Tell us about this truck. I hear it's Purple Haze number 2.
Yep. Purple Haze 1 is the legacy model, and this is the new and improved version. I'm a fuel efficiency guy. That's always been my thing, and this truck it's something special when it comes to fuel efficiency. The legacy model does quite well. We're out about 400,000 miles on the legacy model, and the lifetime fuel economy on that's 10.56.
Wow.
I'm expecting this is going to be about a half mile a gallon better, so we should crack 11 with this one on average. 11 mile a gallon days are pretty easy to come by on this truck. 13 and 14 is actually pretty easy to come by depending on how much weight we got in the trailer, but it's been a really good truck.
And in order to get to that 10, 11, 12, 13, what are some of the things that you're utilizing while you're driving the truck?
Lowering rolling resistance, mechanical resistance, and aerodynamic resistance. That's all key to fuel efficiency. When we lower all that resistance, it requires less horsepower to move down the road. And so if you have a reduced need for horsepower, you have less fuel burn. Also, we're able to use kinetic energy, which is free energy out there. You know, an object in motion tends to want to stay in motion, and so that free rolling kinetic energy that's available, these trucks do a very, very nice job at optimizing and utilizing all that kinetic energy as we drive down rolling resistance and aerodynamic drag and mechanical resistance.
And when you're raising them, is this something where it automatically raises and lowers, or once I'm loaded, I flip a switch and it kind of...
So this is automatic. You do have some limited control if you get into a really bad snowstorm and you feel some slippage. You can bias a little bit more weight to the drive and the steer to improve your traction going down the road. You will get an alarm in the cab once you get to a certain speed. It just lets you know that you're fully weight biased. Works phenomenally well. I mean, it'll go through snow like you won't believe. And a lot of guys are gun shy of the 6x2 concept, but when it's done right, with the correct capacity front axle, the correct drive axle suspension, it's a phenomenal ride.
So it's all about distribution. To get away with having a little less here, you need a little more here to kind of balance it out.
Yep, absolutely.
That's cool. Joel, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
That's a beautiful truck.
Thank you.
Wish me luck. It's all right. Yeah. It's all right. All right. Here we go.
Keep going.
We're just gonna do it live.
Keep going.
All right. We're looking good. Come on, Skippy. Oh, there we go. Just needs some juice. These
I
things.
had it running low back there. These trucks.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely got to get to know this. I got to get to know this rig a little bit first before I kick him up.
So this is the smooth lane. We'll stay in this lane for now, and then we'll go on the rougher lane.
Look at the bumpy lane.
So it's quieter, it's smoother now. You got a lot of suspension in the truck, kind of making the ride better. Even though, I mean, you're pulling 73,000 pounds.
So we're loaded. So it's gonna just tell me how fast I need to get around this.
Well, you can go down, you can press the accelerator now and go through here, but that just it shows you how quickly the engine brake can slow the vehicle without you having to intervene.
We're gonna not touch anything. He's slowing down. I'm slowing down. This is a leap of faith. Look at it. Okay. So I'm gonna come around. This is really cool. I like the added little creature comforts, because if I'm driving for like 10 hours or 8 hours on the highway, I got my cruise control, I'd be really pissed if I had to keep turning it up and down. And then with this,
you could just set it at 65, for example, or 70, and just follow the traffic. And then, you know, if no one's around you, you're going to go at that speed, and otherwise, you're just going to follow the speed of the vehicle in front of you.
this is a surprisingly smooth ride. Is this a Volvo transmission as well?
It's a Volvo 13-speed transmission, Volvo engine. It's got a what we call a long leaf front spring under it, so the ride is a lot smoother than anything we've ever built. The leader is good for this.
Is he going to come to a full stop? Is this thing smart enough to come to a full stop?
It will come to a full stop.
Let's let it. Jesus, take the wheel.
He's got
Here we go. Here we go. I got my foot on the brake just in case. Nope. Oh.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, we're just gonna
It'll stop. Did you do it?
I did it. I got a little gun shy. I got a little gun shy. I'm sorry, Volvo.
All right, so you'll know.
Maddie Sullivan, Product Marketing Manager, focusing on safety.
So we just got to drive in one of the VNLs, and it's a very first for both myself and I think for FreightWaves, where we got to test the cruise control, and we had a simulated either traffic conditions, or we made the tiny driver mad and they decided to brake check us. But it was really remarkable. The technology allowed the vehicle to slow down. So I'm going to talk with Maddie today about some of the details and what goes behind this technology and how we can turn cruise control from being just a very blunt instrument into an actual smart form of level 2 safety features, right?
Yeah, so I mean, our new VNLs and VNRs are going to use a camera radar fusion. So we've got a forward radar, and it's a long range radar, so it can see reliably up to about 500 feet looking for vehicles, and then as far as about 200 feet looking for moving pedestrians and cyclists. And so the radar is looking for the moving object and can tell you how far away it is and how fast it's going. And then the camera that's mounted up on the windshield is actually going to use technology to positively identify that object. So the radar sees something moving, the camera says that's a vehicle. And then when you're in adaptive cruise control in the instrument cluster, you can actually see right there how far away that car is and how fast it's going, which is really convenient because if I'm a truck and I'm going, say, 65 miles per hour and the car in front of me I can see is going 62, then I can start preparing to, potentially pass them depending on, the rest of traffic. And then it's also gonna, of course, help me keep that safe following distance between the rest of the cars around me. And of course, that's adjustable. And we've got various options that the customer can spec in terms of how far they want that driving distance to be. So I do think, again, talking about blunt tool versus maybe a safety tool, helping you keep that safe distance is really important. And then what we were talking about with the stop and go, so now you can set cruise control as low as 10 miles per hour. This is not just a highway tool. This is something you can use in city traffic. This is something you can use in heavy congestion, no matter what road you're on. And so again, now you're gonna have both that safe following distance. You're gonna not have to worry so much about sitting on the brake, which is, not always comfortable for the driver. And it just kind of gives them one less thing to worry about, which means they can keep better focus on what's around them and just making it easier for them to be a safer driver.
Oh, here we go. We're going in.
Enter this truck here.
Number two. I carry the weights.
Door for you.
Okay. It's the handoff. All right. Good luck. No pressure.
Have a good night.
This is gonna be fun. All right. Now I need to press the battery button as the first thing. So let's go sit down here. Let's figure this out. So we got a button that looks like the battery. We push it. Okay, the battery button is pushed. We look at our other buttons here. This is good. This is good. We're good. We have these cool mirrors, and I have this thingy that I can turn around. There's also an SOS. Don't push that button. You don't want to push that one. That's a bad day. We have cool things. These are little charging ports. This is cool. I can charge things. I was also told, though, don't take the keys. Drivers, don't take the keys. Do not put them here. They operate on apparently a similar frequency, and it will confuse it and randomly shut things off overnight. So don't do that. Let's look at my rig. Let's look how spacious. Okay, so this is my home away from home right now. And yeah, this is pretty cool. So we're in the driver's seat right now. Here's some of my gear. I got another little backpack back here. I've got this cool magnetic strip, and I've got these nice little cubby holes. Look at this, it's got little cubbies. Let's check this out. What can I put back here? I can just hold stuff back here, it looks like. Yeah, you just put little things in here. This is cool. And then this looks like this looks like where I could put my CB radio if I had one. I'm not gonna reach too far into that. We have some cool looking blue lights. I like that. And then I was told this has like a button. Let's push them both down. Let's push them both. And it kind of lowers Yeah, see, I just lowered it. This is the top bunk. You can probably see this, I can't. But there's an entire little top bunk up here. It's got a little fluffy. I'm gonna feel this mattress here. And we have some vents. We have a little lights. These are windows. I'm not gonna be able to fit up here. I'm not gonna climb up yet, but this is pretty sturdy. You can feel it's got a ratchet. Watch this. You can kind of hear that sound. So it just kind of holds. It's for like tall people, I guess. And then afterwards, you gotta take both fingers here. Hang on. Let's look. Let's see if this works here. And bring it on down. We got it secure. We have some snacks, and we have, these are cool. They actually have little outlets here. We have cigarette lighters, USB-C. This is something interesting. Rechargeable flashlight. I have some snacks, courtesy of the Volvo one. Here it is, refreshments. And then I've got a cup holder. Look at this. This is like actually a nice, you can fit stuff on it. This is actually a thick rubber. I like this. We've got our little pillows. This is one of like the premium versions. You can tell they told me because of this cool looking back. And then I have a television set next to a little microwave. I'm gonna push this button, let's see if it works. Yeah, it's got a little microwave. So you can, I mean, this is pretty secured. This is holding up. I got some extra stuff here. I wonder if I just like bring this up. I'm not smart enough for this. This is a handhold. I'm doing this with one hand, so you have to forgive me. Just raise it up. I'll figure that out later. I think this is a storage container. We also have another storage here, so you can put stuff in it. See if you put it up. Let's just lay it down. You're just gonna look at me for a minute while I just finagle this. Oh, there you go. You gotta push all the way down. So you gotta really right there, just feel that. So we have some goodies. I got like a charger, a battery charger. I have, this looks like something else. Look at that. Oh, I got some little clamps. Don't stick those on your tongue, kids. So this is really cool. These are just little nooks. Let's go see what's in my other nook. Oh, hang on. I got my thing caught. There we go. Let's fix that up here. Gotta get a little oomph. All right, we're gonna really push down on this guy. What do we got here? Looks like we have, this is called a property of Volvo Group MF5287. I don't know what this is. It's a fleet management. It's probably got my books and stuff in it. I got some little niblets here. Oh, this is for the microwave. You stick this in the microwave to make it work. See this? This is the little rolly thing. I've got the belts for the seat. So you see right here, you got your little seat belt. We'll strap people in the jump seat. So we got some stuff here. Let's close this guy up here. Let's close this up. Watch out. Hang on a second. Let's figure this out. There we go. Okay. So we're working our way around here. We're still in this back area. You can tell. Just bring it back here. Space-wise, we've got about one Thomas. I'm about 5'10". So we got one, possibly two Thomases worth of length from the very tip to the very tail. This is a nice little bed. It's not a twin. They told me it's a custom made one. I had drivers, they'd buy mattresses. I was told this is a premium mattress. This should be pretty cool. And then this is the whole little apparatus. Press OK. We got at 68 right now. So the thing do not touch this button. Now if you need to, this is number 7, panic alarm and CMS camera operation. The problem is, I'm not smart enough. This looks like the camera. This looks like the alarm. But the truck next to me, they did push the button, and we're like in a Hilton parking lot right now. It gets really loud. So we are not going to test the little button. Just don't touch this. Also, do not touch the battery button. I was told that'll also turn off some random things. Look at this, look at this. There is an entire thing. We have a living environment. Let me turn this over here. There we go, you can see what I'm looking at. We have a living environment where we will, let's see this here, yeah. Dome lights, random lights. We have integrated parking cooler controls. This is like a space shuttle basically for me. Let's see if I can make this thing focus up, if it'll autofocus. Okay. And we also have, here we go, we have a cute little thing. They gave me a blanket and some little things for my breath that'll sound really bad because I'm probably, we'll probably shower in here. So when we look around here, we also have some speakers. They told me they have subwoofers. This is an air vent. Got this little light here. Look at that. Boop. Let's see what it does. We got a dimmer. Turn it on and off. We can put music on here. So here's our little music button here. And this is cool. This is actually a, here. Let's see if it'll come out. I'm gonna like injure myself doing this. This is a, here's a little lock here mechanism. This actually folds out. This will come down so you can climb up on the top bunk. So it's basically a little bitty stair ladder. So yeah, here we go. Max weight 250 pounds. So luckily I didn't eat enough to get to that. So we're in good shape. And we have these cool little lights here as well. So yeah, this is kind of pretty cozy here. Let's move our stuff out of the way. Got my gear. Oh, under here. This is cool. Check this out. Oh yeah, you just pull this out. Look at this. I have a nook for clothes. This is a little clothes rack here. Just hang up your stuff here. Stick it in there. And then on the other side, I have a fridge. Let's look in the fridge. Here we go. It's a mini fridge. So we've got the cooling stuff. We have a Darth Vader cola. And we have some fancy water. So we're living large here. This is really thick plastic. You can tell this thing's pretty well sealed. They keep these things secure. Same with this. This stuff's all strapped in. You gotta imagine you're in motion right now. You're not going anywhere. And then finally, yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. We got everything set up here. We have our auto, so we have front air. So you control this little area here to cool the front. And then this little back set's like a reefer unit. So it's not meant to really cool the unit. This is powered off of a battery AC unit. And then there's also another AC unit that runs traditionally from the front. They're all like integrated. So sometime in the middle of the night, if this thing decides that the battery and my little cooler goes down, it's going to turn on. It's going to start idling the truck, and then it's going to make sure that the alternator and everything else, it fills the battery back up. So this is really cool. This is also, here's a little nook for my stuff here. I got some chargers back here. Let's look at this here. Look at this guy here. Let's look him up. See, they got little buttons. Still got the cigarette lighters. And we have these little areas. Oh, here we go. Let's look here. Let's open our window. Look at this. Whoop. See what we got outside. I got another truck next to me. You're not missing much. Not missing much. You can open this up too as well. You see you got this little button here. It says, warning, sleeper windows must be closed and locked when in motion. So make sure you got that fixed up. So yeah. This is kind of, I guess I pressed mark on here. We'll figure out what that means later, but yeah, this is my little thing. Let's see if I can bring this back up here. Let me just flip this back. Yeah, so this is it. This is my home away from home for tonight, and it's gonna be pretty fun here. I'm pretty excited. I got a little comfy pillow. Got myself, let's put this up real quick. We'll stick this over here. Got my mints. Nope. Got one mint. I'll grab this guy back. All right. Fancy. This is like a heavier looking thing, and I got some pillows. So overall, pretty excited. It's gonna be fun. So touch base with you in the morning. All right. See you soon. Mission accomplished. Come check out my crib. I actually slept in it. I used a little bitty camera, but man, that was a hoot. I finally had to get dressed and stuff. I would say in a tight space, don't spray cologne. I can taste it. So yeah, it tastes like Gucci at the moment. So I mean, that's the only real downside. It was really good. This thing held up. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good, I might say, but yeah, slept extremely well for given the circumstances, and This thing's like a little reefer unit. It doesn't ever turn off, but when this was closed, you could visibly tell this stayed at like 68 degrees. And then when I open it, you could feel the heat just kind of like come in. Like it's a lot warmer if you just kind of place your hand. So I was impressed. I think overall, it was cozy. I woke up a handful of times, but it wasn't, I mean, I snore, so, you know, I'm not gonna put that on Volvo. That's probably me just snoring, but yeah, that was a really fun time. I think quiet. I mean, I didn't wake up. The truck didn't turn on. Our little battery here, look at that. We're only halfway down the battery, so we kept it at 68, and I had it, here's the setting I had it on, so I had it right above minimum. If you put it over there, you could hear it around the halfway point, but yeah, so this was overall good solid 8.5 out of 10. Shout out to truck number 2 and the folks at Volvo. It was a great time, and hopefully we get to do it again soon.